Ever wondered how chemists keep track of atoms during a reaction? A chemical equation shows a reaction using symbols. It follows the law of conservation of mass, meaning atoms are not created or destroyed. So the number of each type of atom must be the same on both sides. Let's use this reaction. H2 plus O2 yields H2O. First, we write the equation. Now we count atoms on the left and right. We'll compare them in a simple table. Notice oxygen is not balanced. So this equation is not balanced because oxygen does not match. Next, we will learn how to balance equations to fix that. Balancing equations is like solving a puzzle. If you lock the metal first, the rest often falls into place. Here is the unbalanced reaction. Iron and oxygen react to form iron 3 oxide. Step 1 is to count atoms on each side. Why start with metals? Metals usually appear in fewer compounds, so balancing them first anchors the equation. Step 2. Balance iron. There are 2 irons on the right, so place a 2 in front of iron on the left. Now recount. Iron is balanced. Oxygen is still not balanced. Step 3. Balance oxygen. We need a common multiple of 2 and 3, so make 6 oxygens on both sides. Put a 3 in front of O2 and a 2 in front of Fe2O3. Recount again. Oxygen now matches, but iron changed. Step 4. Rebalance the metal. We need 4 irons on the left. Change the coefficient to 4. Final atom count. Everything matches. Visually, we first lock the metal, then balance the non-metal, and finally recheck the metal. Quick tip: metal first, oxygen second, then recheck. That is the metal first strategy. In this lesson, we will learn the difference between coefficients and subscripts when balancing chemical equations. We'll see why subscripts cannot be changed and how coefficients fix the balance. A subscript tells you how many atoms are inside one molecule. A coefficient tells you how many molecules you have. Here is water, H2O. The subscript 2 belongs to hydrogen. The coefficient would go in front of the formula. Subscripts cannot be changed to balance an equation because that changes the identity of the substance. If I change water from H2O to H2O2, I no longer have water. I have hydrogen peroxide. Here is the common mistake. People try to balance by changing subscripts. They write H2 plus O2 yields H2O2. The correct approach is to keep subscripts fixed and change coefficients. Now the equation becomes 2H2 plus O2 yields 2H2O. To count atoms, use this rule. Total atoms equals coefficient times subscript. Let's count. On the left, 2H2 gives 4 hydrogen atoms, and O2 gives 2 oxygen atoms. On the right, 2H2O gives 4 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. Now it is balanced. Summary: subscripts are part of the chemical identity and cannot be changed. Coefficients are how we balance the equation. Always count atoms using coefficient times subscript.
Want a fast way to balance chemical equations without guessing? In this short tutorial, I'll show you a simple 3-step method that works every time. Let's practice with this combustion reaction. C2H6 plus oxygen yields carbon dioxide and water. Here is the 3-step method. Step 1, balance metals. Step 2, balance nonmetals. Step 3, balance hydrogen and oxygen last. In this example, there are no metals, so we jump to nonmetals first. We have carbon and hydrogen on the left and carbon and hydrogen on the right. Let's balance carbon first. We have 2 carbons on the left and 1 carbon on the right in carbon dioxide. So we put a 4 in front of carbon dioxide to make 4 carbons on the right. Now balance hydrogen. There are 6 hydrogens on the left, so we place a 6 in front of water. Finally, balance oxygen. Now we count oxygen on the right and match it with oxygen on the left. Here is the final balanced equation. Quick learning tip: save oxygen and hydrogen for last. They appear in many compounds, so balancing them first can mess up your equation. Welcome to a 1-minute chemistry challenge. Your task is to balance this equation. Aluminum plus oxygen gas yields aluminum oxide. Please pause the video and try to balance it on your own. Here is your countdown. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, let us balance it step by step. We start with the unbalanced equation. First, balance aluminum in the product by adding a 2 in front of aluminum oxide. Now oxygen in the product is 6, so add a 3 in front of oxygen gas. Finally, aluminum on the right is 4, so add a 4 in front of aluminum. Great job! Balancing equations takes practice. Keep going and you will get faster each time.
Thank you for watching. Tap like, share, and comment, and then follow and subscribe for more quick problem-solving tips. Let's make maths simple. One video at a time, only on Myverse Maths.